visiting with Steve Caruso, Ocala, Florida. We're just going to give you some questions right out over the plate that you can hit over the wall if you want to, home runs if you want to call it that. But we've asked a lot of advisors over the years, just what was it that kind of sparked you, because you've got 23 years in the business, what sparked you to go into retirement planning?
So I've always been fascinated with retirement planning, and obviously every retirement distribution plan ends in an estate plan. And estate planning is something that's kind of near and dear to me because my mom lost both of her parents early in childhood. And this was during the Great Depression. My parents were born in the 30s. And my grandfather had a very successful business that my uncle had to sell for pennies in the dollar because he now lost his father and then lost his mother shortly thereafter. And he always lamented the fact that he had he not sold the business, they would have had so much more because the person he sold the business to grew it. It became one of the largest import-export companies in the country. The person he sold it to became the ambassador to Greece. So he had to watch throughout his whole life as this person went on to success. And so that kind of drove me, because I was very close with my uncle, and it drove me into kind of financial services in general and how that can make a difference in people's lives.
Well, I mean, a personal story like that and how that translates into when you're helping someone maybe avoid those types of mistakes with their plans. I mean, this comes from, if it's their first time with an advisor or maybe it's a second opinion, but I guess that satisfaction for you from your, I guess, job standpoint of helping them avoid those potholes.
Yeah, no, it really doesn't feel like work because I wake up every morning jazzed up to do what I do. So, that's what drives me every single day is working with people, helping them, reducing anxiety, because that's what we do in a nutshell, right? When we're creating a retirement distribution plan and we're letting someone know, hey, you're going to have enough to retire, or if you do this, this, and this, you'll have enough to live the lifestyle you want to live. That's tremendously rewarding.
Second opinions. This is something that a lot of people that are in the business, when they meet clients, maybe for that first time, they're a little reluctant because once they're with an advisor, they feel like they're locked in. But second opinions are part of the business. Second opinions, the analogies that we often use are, if you have a major surgery and a doctor wants you to have a major surgery and you're not sure, you're going to go to a second doctor to get that second opinion. Same thing goes for financial plans. If you have any questions about what's going on with your portfolio, it's time for a second opinion.
No, absolutely. And I think the reason people are afraid of second opinions in our industry is sort of an industry problem, right? Because what happens a lot of times when someone goes for a second opinion, the person giving them the second opinion bashes everything that the previous person recommended. And so I can guarantee you one thing, not everything that your current advisor is doing is wrong. And so you should be on the lookout for anyone who's bashing everything that your previous advisor did. But what a second opinion can show you is maybe a couple of areas where something was missed. And those little misses can add up to a big amount of money down the road.
One of the telltales in retirement planning is procrastination. There are so many people out there that put it off. Oh, I'll get to it. It's never too soon to start planning.
Right, and so I always say hope is not a plan, right? So when you're procrastinating, that's what you're counting on, right? You're just saying, oh, I'm gonna retire and hope everything is okay. And so much better to know. And how do you know? Well, you measure, you plan. And when you measure, then you know where you stand. And if you're not where you need to be, you can make course corrections. Wouldn't it be nice to know, hey, I'm already on pace to retire?
Sure.
And maybe you feel differently about work once you know that you have the money to retire, right?
Right.
So.
All right, so final question, and it's the big one. Ocala, Central Florida. Universal Studios, Walt Disney.
I gotta go Disney World. I love the Harry Potter series, but I mean, Disney is just iconic. You got the multiple parks. You have the Star Wars land if you haven't been out there recently.
Awesome.
Unbelievable. And then if you have small children, and I have a boatload of nieces and nephews that are younger, love Toy Story. There's a Toy Story land. It's fantastic.
Well, you lit up when you said Star Wars, so I have to ask you, favorite character?
Darth Vader.
Really?
Of course.
Okay.
how could you grow up in that era and not be a fan of Darth Vader? He's the ultimate villain, and just a great character.
All right, that's it. Cool.